It's the gender debate that ignites every year, weaponised by both sides of the culture wars. International Women's Day. It's on March 8 this Friday. A Sydney councillor's suggestion to elevate International Men's Day and celebrate it to the same extent as Women's Day this week failed to win support from her colleagues. They labelled it absurd. Frankly, every day is International Men's Day because men still get treated very different to women, they said. That was the pushback from fellow councillors who pointed to the gender pay gap report to highlight the need for the day. Our final question for the jury, do we need an International Women's Day? Joining me now is Prue MacSween and media commentator Melissa Hoyer. Great to be with you both. Hello. Thank you for joining our final panel of the day. Prue, we'll start with you. You think International Women's Day is a waste of time. Why?
I find it totally offensive and tokenistic. When you think we have International Day of the Tuna, IP, all these, there's a day for every bloody thing. Let's face it.
Day. There's a margarita day.
And you think, you know, this is a marketing exercise. This is an opportunity for corporates to prove how woke they are. It's virtual signalling. What has it done? It was originally introduced in the 70s or late 60s by feminist activists. And they had a point then. There is no need for it now. And we don't even know what a woman is. We've got bureaucrats and politicians who can't even say what a woman is, define is what I was trying to say. And you think, well, why are we having this tokenistic day? It's all crap.
All right, no, Melissa, is it all crap?
Absolutely.
Tokenistic?
No, it's not tokenistic. It is a day where we as women, even women or men who identify as women, you know, we need to celebrate what we have achieved. I mean, we have gone from there to here. We still have not broken through this alleged glass ceiling. You know, we've got 50% of our entire population being women. Under 30% are in senior jobs. So that's pathetic. We should be, until we reach some sort of parity, whether it comes to pay, whether it comes to job descriptions, we have to celebrate and embrace the fact that women aren't just staying at home, looking after the babies.
Why do we need to do that?
Is that a fair point, though, that women have not quite gone through that glass ceiling yet?
We
haven't reached that potential.
It's up to the bloody women to get their, skates on. I mean, I've never had people say to me, oh, because you're a woman, you can do this or that. That's ridiculous. If you want to achieve, women can do anything if they want to. Biologically, if they want to have children, there is still support and they can continue to work, particularly now that there's working from home. I just think women have got to stop being whingers and say, I am me, I'm a person, I'm not needing special treatment.
No, but all because we celebrate this day doesn't mean it's all about feminists and the sisterhood, because, those two elements, I'm not hugely into. It is about being a humanist, not a feminist. And females, from time memorial, have not been given the same rights, certainly in the workforce. I mean, and I've experienced that. I mean, you get to a certain age and you become invisible. But if you are a man and you get to a certain age, well, look, you just keep going and going.
We're old boilers and we're sitting here. We're still getting wet. So I don't think your argument's really valid. I mean, I just don't understand why, they have these breakfasts. They all slap each other on the back and say, oh, good on you, you Sheilas. And then they go back to doing what they normally do. It's just corporates who just feel that they want to be seen to be supporting women.
But Melissa, then why don't we celebrate International Men's Day in the same light as what we do Women's Day?
Did we know it's November 19? No, because no bloke has got off their bum to actually say, wow, this is our day. Because women who love to do everything and multitask, they can actually do this. They can still organise these Women's Day events and men aren't doing it.
Let's go to the jury, see how they're feeling. Susan, do you think we should have an International Women's Day?
Well, I'm really on the fence because I do think that women have come a long way and from where it was instigated, and I've never felt the pressure of because of being a woman, I've been held down. But I do see that there is a gender gap, and I do think that in some cases, it is necessary to make people aware, keep the awareness up.
It's the awareness
that should be kept up.
Kate, what do you think?
I think women are constantly victims these days, and I'm sick of it. Get in and have some, like exactly what Prue said.
Good on you,
Be
kiddo.
tough. Stop being a victim.
Yeah.
Stop being told what you can't do.
I'm not
Charlotte's shaking her head in the back row. Why?
Absolutely not. The whole point of International Women's Day is to celebrate and uplift women. The point isn't that women can't do things, it's that there's barriers for women to do the same things that men can't do. I grew up in a small rural community in Australia, and I am now an engineer. I pursued a male-dominated field, and as a small girl who had no one around me in those fields or having big careers, International Women's Day was the pillar where I got to go and see women who have had these inspiring careers.
I just want to see how the men are.
It's about empowerment.
I want to see how the men are feeling. Hugo.
Oh, look, I think Prue made some really good points, but I think there's no harm in keeping International Women's Day. I think, you know, my mother, who's, you know, a particular, you know, hero of mine, she grew up in a time where men were, you know, really keeping her down, and she, you know, I'm sure, Prue, she would absolutely love everything that you have to say, but she, you know, I'm sure would be in favour of keeping a Women's Day, because what harm does it do, really? I agree that, you know,
Does nothing.
I don't think we should be. I don't think we should be looking at.
harm.
I don't think we should be looking at men and women separately. I think women, you know, there should be no difference in treating either
Yeah,
or.
well,
What do
that's
you
the
think?
thing that, you know, the point is it doesn't mean anything anymore. It should be Women's Day every bloody day, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. You know,
agree with
why do
that.
we have to identify one
All right.
day, and what do we actually
All right.
achieve on that day?
All right.